What's up guys, Scotty here, and welcome back to another episode of Doki Doki Fruits of the Literature Club. Now, I'm just going to jump right back in, apart from saying, of course, you know, subscribe, ring the bell, like if you feel like it, and leave a comment below saying what you would like to see. I'm just going to jump right back in. Up. Probably sitting up, I quickly prepare as I planned last night. I hide the envelope between my mattress and bed frame. Looking out the window, I make sure the street is clear and empty. I know Natsuki and Yuri wanted me to come to school today, but they will understand why I'm not. One of us is in the hospital and is probably rather shaken. So that is the priority. I arrive at the hospital in which Monika is admitted and speak to the receptionist. She's hesitant at first about telling me where Monika is roomed. But after providing Julia's information and informing her that I'm a close friend of Monika, she gives me her room number. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna do this. Walking down a small hallway, I reach an elevator and enter it. Reaching a very bright, clean and vibrant hallway, I make my way to Monika's hospital room. I take a moment while I silently advance down the hallway to look around and understand the reality of the situation. Monika, my friend, my club president, is in a hospital. Sayori is missing and the other girls are panicked for their safety. I have to make this right. Reaching Monika's room and I reach Monika's room and gently open the wooden door. Stepping into the room, Monika is lying back in her bed. She turns her head to face me and smiles weakly. I think that was... Yeah, sweet. Got that in one. Hey, Monika. Not your usual greeting. Monika speaks sadly. She's still dressed in her normal clothing. They probably aren't admitting her for long, so if they haven't bothered putting her in a gown yet. No, yeah, I guess. I normally say yo. How are you feeling? That is a question I should be asking you. I'm worried about you. Sayori told me about how we just started dating, right? Yeah. I take a nearby chair and sit down next to Monika. I'm sorry for not saving her. I don't think you really had control over the situation, Monika. I'm sure you did what you could. I really did. Monika's face sullens even further and tears fall down her cheek. I told Natsuki and Yuri about what happened. They were really worried about you and Sayori. I hope they are okay too. I took over the club until you came back. With that, I suspended the club until you've returned fully. I can't risk the other two girls being taken while walking that late anyway. That is a great idea, Scotty. Thank you for watching over our friends. Don't mention it. Listen, I know this is going to be hard. I need to much as you can remember about what happened. I need specifics, voices, names if you heard any, car type and colour, times. I need as much as you can give me. Yeah, I can do that. You aren't going to question why I need it? Taken back by Monika's trusting comply. No. Your Aunt Julia told me a lot about you. And she told me you just want to help, and that if I had any questions, it'd be best to ask you. So, Julia used the aunt title. She gave it to herself shortly after I became attached to Ashley. I want you to understand that I'm going to try my best to find Sayori. You're going to look for her? What else can I do? Sayori needs my help, and I can't really stand around and wait for others to do it. As someone who cares about her, and all of you, I'm going to do whatever I can to help. I understand. Now, I want you to tell me exactly what happened. Monika and Sayori went to a nearby shop. Sayori apparently couldn't stop giggling about how she wanted to show off a pretty red new bow to her boyfriend. Monika apparently felt some excitement for it as well. They spent a little longer than expected at the shop, but when they started walking home, a black car with several men stopped in front of them. They pulled Sayori into the car and one of them swung a baseball bat into Monika's skull, causing her to become disorientated and helpless. She regained consciousness a few minutes later after the car sped off. She tried with all her strength to call for help. That is when I picked up. That is pretty much it. I see. Moving my chin, I begin to piece the information Monica provided to what I read last night. And you sure you can't remember what the men were wearing? One of them had a white shirt on. That's all I can remember before being hit. Interesting. Why would they take Sayori and not you? You said Sayori put up quite a fight as they took her away. You, on the other hand, and no offense, were completely useless while incapacitated. Yeah, I keep thinking that too. Why was Sayori taken and not me? Thank you, Monica. Listen, I'll come to check in on you later today, okay? I need to run back home and grab something. Then I need to make sure that Yuri and Natsuki get home safely after school. I'll be back by the end of the night. You're doing so much for us. Thank you, Scotty. Don't thank me. Waving Monica a gesture of farewell, I exit her room and then the hospital. Walking back home, I find it difficult to connect the dots with Monica's information. Something doesn't add up. I know what Monica was saying is true, she wouldn't lie about something like this. But it must have just been a coincidence about another group in the city kidnapping girls. Or, it's the perfect cover. Either way, it requires further thought. I wonder what Julia told Monica the night I left. But where is Scotty? Sweetheart, don't move too much. Just sit back and relax. I'm taking you to the hospital. Okay. Scotty, how did you end up in this mess? You feeling better? Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, I feel really bad. What was your name? My name is Julia. I'm Scotty's aunt. Oh, well, hello. I'm sorry to drag you here. You taking me to the emergency room. Don't think too much of it. I think Scotty would have tried carrying you here himself if I didn't show up. But he was, not in the right mindset. What do you mean? Let's see. Scotty is very protective. I don't doubt that if I hadn't shown up, he would have run off to try and find Sayori's captors. Without preparation, he can get himself killed. What about if he has preparation? With preparation, Scotty can do anything. I've personally seen it. So if he comes to you for questions, or if you have any questions, it would be best to ask him. All he wants to do is help and make everything right. Scotty really is a good person. If you told him directly, he would deny it. But I agree, he is a good kid. I've watched him grow up into a very strong man, especially after all he has been through. He isn't really the person to show much emotion, but... Huh? He wrote a poem about a girl named Ashley. Is that the woman who cared for him? He wrote a poem for her? Yeah, it was a really good one too. He read it out loud at a little event we had for a club. Ah, I didn't think he would have had it in him. He doesn't talk much about her. Did something bad happen? Scotty grew very attached to Ashley. When he first came into her care, he didn't talk at all. He was completely silent, secluded, and he even refused to eat. He was pretty hell-bent on giving up on life. Scotty? Huh. It's hard to really picture now, huh? But Ashley was just as stubborn as he was. She kept at it all day, at it day and night, to encourage him to become at least a tad bit social. Then one day, he actually started to talk. He looked up at me and said my name. It scared the living hell out of me, to be honest. That sounds pretty strange, especially since how he is now. Right? Well, I have to go. You get some rest now. Thank you, Julia. I really appreciate it. Oh wait, one more thing. Huh? Did you or Scotty call the police? Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, Monica. Club room. Monica, you're back. Hi, I'm glad to be back. Oh, it's raining outside. It was wonderful to hear you have recovered quickly. I appreciate it, you girls. Is Scotty here? About that. He hasn't been to school lately. Huh? Why not? We sort of can't find him. Oh god. I sure hope he's okay. I do too, Yuri. So, have you heard anything about Sayori? Not a single thing, I'm afraid. I really feel for Scotty. Me and Sayori were just starting to date. They've been close for quite a while now. She was unbelievably happy when I saw her. Now all I can see is a terrified face. I pray every night that the police will find her. Either them or I. Scotty? You're okay? Of course I am. Just where have you been? Don't worry about it. We were all rather worried about you. Again, don't. Scotty, you're all wet. Yeah, I just got here. Huh? Ow. Some spot on my arm, it's really bugging me. Huh. However, I have some information for all of you. Each of the girls' clearly expressions look at me. The police have been looking at a lot in the area lately, but from what I hear they have come up with no Sayori yet. However, they have a few leads on where she could be. Either that or where some of the people who helped kidnap her are. Maybe those bastards can get what they deserve for taking our friend. Yeah, what Natsuki said. That's really good to hear. Wait, how do you know this? I've kind of been speaking with a few officers here and there. They can't tell me much, but they're at least giving me progress. And any in the search for Sayori is good. Yes, very. And another thing. Each you girls aren't in any danger. Taking a seat in a chair, I lean forward and support myself with my forearms. Apparently from what Monica told me when I saw her in the hospital, and some things I read, they intend of taking any of you girls, especially Monica since she was there that night. They would have done it already. The group apparently only has a fixation only on only Sayori. God knows why. I lean back and rub my temples. So, you're saying we're safe? For now, yes. This isn't fair! Sayori doesn't deserve to have this happen to her. This could have easily have been prevented if Scotty went with her, but he let her go alone. What kind of boyfriend does that? Natsuki. No, she's right. I should have gone with her. Sighing, I stand up and walk out of the club room. Wait! Ignoring Natsuki and Monica's call-outs to me, I leave the school. Natsuki is extremely right. None of this would have happened if I had gone with Sayori. I hope what I told the girls helped ease their minds. Police really are looking for Sayori and have come up with nothing. But I'm also out there looking. I have a few leads that could help me find Sayori. I intend to find her. I have to make this right. I promise. Portside District. 8 PM. Dude, isn't this night just perfect? Perfect? Man, fuck yourself. You're making me do all the work. Shut up, kid. The newbie always does the work. Ugh. We got a great cut from the girl. Yo, man, where's my part? Finish your goddamn job and I'll hook you up with your piece, damn. Took us long enough, though. I thought we would have got the money right there and then. Whew, but you know that's just bad practice. I don't give a fuck. I mean, sure, it was a shame we had to waste such a pretty thing. But we got a good stack here. What about that one chick with that Q knocked out? She wasn't the one we were going for. To be honest, I think Q killed her with that hit. I don't know, man. Stop being so paranoid, for fuck's sake. Anyway, once you're done moving the boxes, you can dip. Alright? Hello? Kid, stop fucking around. Get your ass out here already. My leg. What the hell? Stand up. Who the fuck is there? I said stand up. Shut the fuck up. Who are you? Ah! For fuck's sake! Forcing him to the ground with my foot, I looked down at the man's face. You're going to ask a few questions for me. Do you understand? Go fuck your mother! Using my free foot, I quickly kicked the kick the man in one of the bullet wounds in his leg. Oh my god! He closes his eyes in agony. Keeping my foot on his chest, I kneel down towards his face. If you answer my questions, I'll let you live. Reaching into my vest, I pull out a little Polaroid picture. Where is this girl? I brandish the photo in front of his face. Your son. Finish that, and I'll add another hole to your body. I tip-tap the suppressor mounted onto my handgun against his forehead. I don't know where she is. You are the ones who took her. I don't believe for a fucking second that you don't know where she is. We were just told to grab her and take her to... To where? You have 5 seconds to answer me. 5, 4, 3. Okay. We took her to the guy that pays me. Say your boss. Man, I don't consider him a boss. He just asked me to do shit. I get hella cash for it. Was he the one who told you to kidnap this girl? Yeah. Where can I find this man? I don't know. Bullshit. I hate it when people blatantly lie to me. You must not be afraid to die then. I'm being for real, man. I legit don't know where... Where did you give this girl to? Out of town. The old gas station. The one with the broken down cell tower next to it? Yeah, man. What's his name? That, I don't know. Then what did you call him by? Do you think I'm stupid? We called him I. You mean I as in indigo? Yeah, that's all. Retarded nickname. Did the guy say where he planned to do what he planned to do with the girl? No. So that's all you can give me? Yeah, honest. Alright then. I stand up and face back towards the warehouse. So I'm free to go? No. I'm not letting you get away after causing this, Sayori. The old gas station out of town. Now some pieces are starting to connect. Huh? Hello? Hey, it's me. Looking around to make sure no one else is nearby, I slip into some bushes and disappear. Are you busy? It's pretty noisy where you are right now. Not anymore, I just got done doing something. What is it, Monica? Just kill the man, fuck's crikey. I want to apologise for what Natsuki said in the club earlier. Don't sweat it. She was right anyway. She still had no right to say that to you. I guess you're right. Is there any way I can help the police look for Sayori? Ah, so you caught on then, huh? Well, I kind of suspected it when you started asking me questions in the hospital. I see. Even if there was something you could do to help me with... I don't want you to get getting involved. Please? No, Monica. I can't risk you getting hurt. I can handle this on my own. But... I'll see you later. I promptly end the call. I'm sorry to do that to you, Monica, but right now things are definitely not safe for you. I can't afford to have you get involved and get hurt. This is something only I can do. Damn! Scottsy being a badass. My alarm rings and forcefully wakes me up. Turning over onto my side, the piercing light from the outside blinds me. Why does it have to be so bright? Ugh. This is my signal to wake up. Feeling my body still somewhat limp after last night, I pull myself up. Which takes an abnormal amount of strength this time around. The rain seems to have stopped, judging by the clear and bright sky. Kind of disappointed to see it go. I love the rain. It makes everything feel so calm. However, lately it has been the centre of chaos. The rain makes it easy to move around silently and covertly. I recall Sayori saying that she loved the rain. For a moment yesterday, I went out onto my balcony and took in the scenery for her. She would have loved to be there with me. Scowling, I lower my head and look at the floor. Just hold on a bit longer, Sayori. We will sit together and watch the rain very soon. Clearing my mind, I stand up and begin to get dressed. Slowly walking into the club room. Oh, excuse me. All three girls are present and accounted for. Feeling a small wave of relief rush through me, I take my usual seat. Hey, Scotty. How are you feeling today? Better than the last few. Placing my bag on the floor beside my desk, I look up at Monica. You? I'm hanging in there. Hey, at least you're still here. Welcome back. Welcome back? I never left. Just because of what Natsuki said yesterday doesn't mean I'm gonna leave you all behind. Yeah, about that, I'm sorry. I got too upset that I let myself blame someone for what happened to Sayori. I really miss her. I do as well. She was always so positive. Each of the girls looks down and twiddles with their fingers. I have no idea what the girls have been doing while I'm gone, but Monica has told me that they held off with poems and other events. It's a little disheartening. The club has practically come to a halt. Sayori was such an influence on it. Definitely one you wouldn't expect to see as blatantly as this. Wait, I have an idea. What is it, Monica? Huh? Monica snaps her fingers and smiles. I think it's important that each of us understand how much we mean to each other. None of us know if we'll ever even be here tomorrow or the next day. Let's go around the room and just say some of the things we appreciate about each other. I think that's a good idea. Sayori would have loved it. I agree. Not bad for once, Monica. I will go first. Monica stands up from her seat and looks at each of us. Her voice is weak and cracked, but she maintains her composure and bearing. I really enjoy how all of us are here for each other. We started a club that meant a lot for us. It was something we cared about. And each of us made it something special. Yuri, with your amazing writing and thought process. You can paint almost any picture in your head with words. You always give interesting and helpful advice to us. And I can't help but find myself interested in a lot of things you say. Natsuki, with your baking and your simple writing. You tell a story in as few simple words as possible. You do it very well. And you do it very well. You bring the club a little new liveliness, and you're always fun to be around. Sorry, I was putting on my hoodie. Even though sometimes we can argue about manga and its status as a literature, I still adore you and I'm glad you're here with us in the club. You're an amazing friend. And Scotty, you have changed this club drastically since you came here. I have. Leaning back on my chair, I look at the other two girls. Oh. You've shown these girls, myself included, that anyone can get involved in literature. You've been a pretty large staple of the club since you got here. Sayori did an amazing thing bringing you here. You've been there for all of us, and look at how you're taking care of us with her gone. You're a really great friend, and I'm sure we all appreciate you. Both Yuri and Natsuki nod in agreement. I see. Thank you, girls. The other girls start to speak afterwards, but I tune out and begin to think to myself, I didn't really think I was that important to the club. I think to myself for a short while, completely entranced in my thoughts. A small part of my mind imagines how Sayori would respond to each of the girls. It makes me chuckle and smile silently. I can only imagine how each of these girls feel about the situation. I've become calm about the situation, but I can tell they are all still somewhat frantic. It's to be expected of people who don't have as much training as I do. I'm able to keep calm under stressful situations. But that doesn't mean I don't have my limit, and it worries me if I ever do reach that limit. And that's why I always enjoyed a smile. She lit up the room with it. We're happy. I finally snap into reality to hear Natsuki talk about Sayori's smile. She has a beautiful smile. She was always so happy. If anyone felt down or sad, she would try her hardest to make them happy. She truly was our ball of sunshine, just like a poem. Was? Monica used the wrong word. Huh? She is a ball of sunshine. I look from the floor and make eye contact with her, serious expression painted on my face. Don't be using past tense on her just yet. It's only been a couple of days. Right. I certainly hope the police will find her soon. I can't possibly picture Sayori with that in this kind of situation. It should have been me. Don't say something like that. What? I'm serious. I stand up casually and look at the girls seriously. I'm more capable of fending off people than Sayori is. Even that, we don't want that to happen at all. Natsuki is right. Why wish something on someone else, then wish it to never have happened? Because sometimes life doesn't work out that way, Yuri. Life has a funny way of making itself known. Whether it's a calm and relaxed day, or if it forces itself through your door and drags you out. Slowly clench my fists. You should always hope for the best and prepare for the worst. But I think it's fair to say, yeah, no one expected this to happen. And I hope more than anyone else that Sayori is found okay. Stopping at that sentence, I turn away from the girls and look out the window into the afternoon. Scotty? You girls can get going. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit and think. Are you sure? I'm positive. Natsuki and Yuri walk out the room together. And out the corner of my eye, from the window's reflection, I see Monica look back into the club room one last before departing. Resting my hand against the window, I take a few deep breaths and relax. This reminds me of the time when Sayori went out on a walk once. It's such a nice day out. Mr. Sun is making everything nice and pretty. It was really fun to hang out with Scotty today. I hope I can do it again soon. Ow! My foot. I think it's twisted. Oh. What are you crying about over here? I think I twisted my ankle. Let me see. I kneel down on the asphalt and inspect Sayori's foot. I gently press it a few times and determine it isn't broken or twisted. It's just sprained. Standing back up, I offer my hand to her. Come on, I'll help you up. Really? Yes, really. Sayori takes my hand and I gently pull her up. Put your weight on your good foot. Okay. When Sayori stands up, she buckles and falls forward. Ah! I got you. Sayori wraps her arms around me and I support her while she does. It hurts. Yeah, I don't doubt it does. Somehow managed to get your foot caught in the crack there on the sidewalk. I think no one else but you could have done that. I was just thinking about something, I guess I didn't pay attention. Look, I was there to help you out. Sorry that you have to help me out like this. If I wasn't, you could have called. I wouldn't mind helping you out anyway. You mean it? Of course I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't have said it. You able to stand on your other foot now? I can try. Ow! Guess not. I'll carry you home, okay? Okay. Then I grab my bag and walk out of the club room while balling my fists as tightly as I can. Exiting the main doors of the school alone, I glance around at the other students that remain on the campus. One of the students catches my eye. Tying my grip on my backpack strap, I make a beeline straight for the boy. His eyes meet mine and I immediately go wide. Wrapping my hands around his collar, I push him back onto the wall of the school. Kagan. What the hell is your problem? You. You are my problem. Kagan grips at my wrist and tries to push himself away from me. Where the hell is she? What the hell are you talking about? Where is Sayori? I don't know. The last I heard was that she'd gone missing. Don't you pull that bullshit on me. I tighten my grip even further. Kagan's uniform stretches and begins to rip slightly. I know for a fact that you're involved in her disappearance. Planned all along. You perved on her, I stopped you, and you caused this so you could save her and be a big hero. I seriously have nothing to do with this. The only involvement I had with her was... I paid some of the girls to stop bullying her so I could come in and defend her. While you were right about me wanting to be a hero, but only for that. I wouldn't want Sayori to be harmed in any way. So you were the reason she was getting bullied? Yeah. Pushing one last huff out of my lungs, I push Kagan back against the wall and releasing my grip. You're fucking pathetic. Not able to stand looking Kagan in the face anymore, I turn away. I need to keep my cool. I can't lose it and start beating this freak's face on the school grounds. Scotty, if you find her and if she comes back safe, please at least tell me. I care about her too. I don't give him the privilege of a response. Maybe I will, maybe. Hello? Hello, Monica. Who is this? That isn't important. I have information about what happened to your friend. Sayori? What is it? You have to do something for me first. What is it? The boy who browsed around with you. You do not tell him anything. But if you do, Sayori dies. You're one of the people who kidnapped her, aren't you? No, not directly. I knew about it, of course. But my focus is you, Monica. You are not to tell anyone I contacted you. No, not your friends, not your police, not a stranger. Because we're watching you. And the moment you do... Sayori? She dies. Fine. What do I have to do? You are going to meet me personally somewhere later tonight. Bring nothing. Where? I'll call you later with that location. I can't afford to have you tell anyone about this. What time tonight? I can't tell you that either. Think of this as a happy little surprise, okay? I hate that tone of your voice. Oh, Monica, that's sweet. This is how things are done in the real world. Can you at least tell me what will happen when I meet you? Why not? I want to have a conversation in person with you. I want to see the fear in your face. I'll bring your dear friend along too, so you can see the fear on hers as well. Please don't hurt her. You're a little too late for that, but she's alive. Goodbye, Monica. I will talk to you soon. Wait! Oh no. What do I do? I really have no choice now, do I? He said meet me at the edge of the parkside forest. I have a really bad feeling about this. I should keep my wits about me. I don't want them to get stuck in a situation that can endanger me more than I already am. I wish Scotty was here. Hello, Monica. There's no need to be frightened. Not yet, that is. Where's Sayori? You'll see her in due time. I need to see if she's okay. I said in due time. Now, no one followed you here. No. Good girl. I want you to do me a favor. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me how it feels to be at the mercy of someone you don't even know. Tell me it felt to lose your friend possibly forever. I need to know. You're sick. I wouldn't be using that tone of voice here, young lady. I can show you sick if I really want. Yes, I love that look. Did you feel helpless when you lost your friend? That nothing you could have done would have saved her? Yes. I felt horrible. Terry is a very good friend to me, and I couldn't do anything to save her. Good. How did the rest of your little gang react? They were heartbroken. Because of you. How could you do this to us? Oh, you're getting a little courageous. Just remember I hold your friend's life in my hands. If you rub me the wrong way, I might just order a death. No, don't. Good. Now, that boy who was with you, what was his name? Oh, come on, you can tell me. You have Sayori captive, why would you need need me to answer that? She hasn't been particularly cooperative. No matter how hard I beat her, she still doesn't tell me much. You hit her? You hit her? What are you going to do? You little bitch. That's right. That's because you have no control here, you're forced to submit to me. And I do love a submissive woman. So answer my question. What is the boy's name? It's Scotty. Thank you. Wait, what? That's his name. Is this some joke? No. Surely it isn't the... never mind that. Can I see my friend now? I don't see why not. A man pulls Sayori out from behind the bushes holding a gun to her head. Her clothes are torn and dirty and bloody. Trails of blood leak from both her arms. Monica! Sayori! Don't go too far, Sayori. I'm not finished with you just yet. Sweetheart, I promise it'll be okay, I promise. Please, help me! Really? Those are the words you offer your friend? False reassurance. I thought you would have picked your final words better. My final words? Yep. Monica! Sayori is forcibly dragged away by a man holding a gun to her head. Now, let's have a little fun. The man sits close to Monica. She backs herself against a tree. Stay back! Please! Scream for mercy, bitch. You're pathetic for attacking an unarmed woman. Scotty? Monica looks up at me, her eyes weakened and dim. God knows how long he's been beating her before I showed up. Turn my attention to the man in front of me on the ground. He tries to crawl backwards away. Monica, are you able to move? Barely. Try to stand for me. Tries to pick herself up off the ground, but struggles to even get past her knees. Damn it. Stay there and don't move, Monica. What are you going to do? I heard Sayori scream. Where is she? I'm not telling you. Bad move. Very bad move. I walk over to him quicker than he could crawl away. Lifting him up by his shirt, I throw him against a nearby tree. Feeling the thump from his head hitting the tree, I look him in the eyes. The very fires of hell is burning into him. These are what my eyes were meant for. Where is Sayori? Struggles to breathe, he tries to struggle and break free, but I wrap one of my hands around his throat and starts to squeeze. You're going to tell me where my girlfriend is. If you fucking don't. Using the arm I'm strangling him with, I pull him back from the tree and slamming him in. Tell me. Tell me now. I slam him back into the tree a third time. His eyes plead for mercy. His body shakes in terror. I squeeze tighter. He isn't telling me where Sayori is, and I don't have time to waste. I throw him to the ground to my right. He shoulders the grass for air. Once he has enough strength to crawl away, I grab his leg and pull him back. Get off me! The man screams in sheer agony. I've taken his lower leg and forced it 180 degrees in the opposite direction, effectively tearing the ligaments of his knee and displacing his patella bone. Leaning down on his back, I lift his head up by his hair. I'm not going to ask you again. Where the fuck is my girlfriend? Scotty, some man took her that way. Monica sits up against a tree and points to the west. You tell me where you took her. If not, I'll break your other for the wolves. And trust me, they are hungry this time of year. Gripping his hair as tightly as I can, he looks up at me. Near the river. Good. Slamming his head into the hardened dirt ground, he goes unconscious. Monica manages to get herself up onto 2 feet. Go home, Monica. What? What about you? I'm the last of your worries right now. Excuse me. I turn my back and start to walk away. I'm going to get Sayori back. I can't just leave you here. Listen, I need you to go to Sayori's house and stay there. Once she gets home, you call the police and tell them what happened. No! What? We can tell them what happened. You made it sound like you won't go back. If I don't come back, then it is what it is. I have to get Sayori back at any cost. Goodbye, Monica. Without hearing what Monica calls out, Forest. While sprinting, I take my M9A1 out my belt line and eject the magazine. Take a fresh magazine from my pocket and insert it into my handgun and ready to slide. The ground is riddled with tracks, as if someone was dragged through here. The mass of what was dragged looks to be the same as Sayori's body mass. They took it this way. Changing my direction, I slow down my speed and remain less conspicuous. I hear voices deeper in the forest. Upon getting closer, I spot 2 men sitting on a bench and talking to each other. After hiding my weapon behind my back, I approach the men. Excuse me, gentlemen. Both of them look at me surprised as I hide the gun back behind my back. Oh, what is it, young man? Huh? I know it sounds crazy, but have you seen a younger girl with coral pink hair around here? So late at night? Not at all. I'm sorry, son, but no. Alright, sorry for bothering you. I begin to walk away from the men before hearing a heed stop. Excuse me. You aren't going anywhere. Sensing them coming at me quickly, I pivot my hip to the left and throw my elbow backward. Hitting one of the men in the temple with my elbow, I kick my right knee out and brace for the other to collide with me. As he makes contact with my shoulder, I maneuver underneath him, and his momentum causes him to roll right over my shoulder blades. You look... The man behind me, regaining composure from the blow to his head, pulls a knife and starts to swing wildly. His sloppy arm movements tell me exactly where he plans to swing next, and after a window of opportunity, I grab his wrist as he brings the knife down towards me. I can't waste any more time with these two. Swinging my handgun out around to hold in the better position, I bring the butt of the handle against his temple. He grunts as he falls over to his knees. Grabbing the back of his hair and his collar, I drag him out to the metal bench and forcefully slam his head against it. The first hit stuns him and cuts the side of his head open, but he still tries to fight, so I slam his head against the bench again. And I let him fall to the ground. The other man has already managed to get up and catches me off guard by wrapping his hands around my throat. He squeezes down on my neck with a hell of a lot more force than I'm able to handle. I've tried to bring my elbow down onto his wrist to break it, but I can't get enough force to do it. Where's my gun? Shit. When he grabbed me, it fell to the ground. I wasn't expecting him to get up so quickly. Think. His eyes. His head is close enough to me that I can reach up towards his face, now emanating with pure hatred and fury, and shove my thumb into his right eye socket. Ah! Fucking ow. His screams caused me to dig my thumb deeper into his head. I use the remaining amount of strength I have to shove it in as fast and hard as I can, resulting in a pop. Finally releases me a gasp for air while he stumbles backwards, clawing at his head. Locating my gun on the ground, I dive at it. I dive to get it and aim at the guy. I'm too late. He already has a gun pointed at me. His only good eye now stands all over it. My left arm is thrown backwards with a force that nearly knocks me onto the ground. Raising my handgun back up, I evade to the right and return fire. All three shots hit him in the upper body. He staggers to the ground, drops his weapon. Rushing up to him, I kick the gun away from him and watch him squirm until he stops moving. I don't even bother to utter anything. I just look at his body in silence as my left arm starts to sting. One glance at it shows that I was only grazed by the bullet, but it still managed to take a small amount of skin away as it passed. This is the work of a round that has some form of jacketed hollow point. It managed to just cut me as the cartridge expanded. Jesus, if it had actually hit me, I would have been in a lot of trouble. After a minute of mental fortitude, I managed to ignore the pain and focus again. I need to find Sayori. Running back through the forest, I tried to find any sort of indicator or marker that could lead to Sayori. Something that helps me. Help! Sayori's scream calls out at anyone desperately to my left. I stretch out my strides further and further so I'm able to cover more ground in each step. I'm 3 rounds down in this magazine, and I have 12 left before I need to reload. Sayori's screams get louder as I rip through the forest. My feet practically touch the ground as for a fraction of a second before they push me forward and lift off again. This is what Ashley meant when she said, "You will know only one thing to protect what you care about at any cost." And right that woman was. It's time for me to do her proud. Please, let me go. Shut the fuck up. Please stop hitting me. Get your fucking hands off her. Sayori lies on the ground, cowering in fear, skin bruised and bloody, her clothes torn and dirty. The man dressed in a white shirt and black slacks looks at me, startled. It's you. I reach for his throat and pull him off Sayori. She looks up at me in disbelief. Me? Still holding the man's throat with my hands, I lift my right foot down on his left knee and kick it inward so it concaves. The sound that comes from his knee is exactly what I was going for. Ow! It is broken. His scream gives me an opportunity to force him to the ground. Scotty! Give me a second, Sayori. There are more of them coming from over there. Sayori points southwest as 2 men come skulking through the greenery. I bring the butt of my handgun down on the man's skull that I have immediately underneath me, knocking him unconscious almost immediately. Sayori is here with me. I can't risk her life any more than it already is. I take Sayori's hand in mine and start to run down a slope that leads us to a path further into the forest. Scotty, you came to save me. Yes, I did. Pick up your goddamn feet already, or we're not going to be fast enough to lose those guys. Right. Sayori tries to keep up, but I can't help but notice an irregularity in her step. When I look back, Sayori is limping and clutching her left thigh. We're not going to make it out of here if you're going to be... I kneel on my knees and gesture for her to climb onto my back. Get on my back, I'll get us out of here. But, now... Sayori yelps at me, raising my voice, and submissively climbs onto my back, wrapping her arms around my collarbone but leaving enough space for me to breathe. I take both of her legs and guide them to my waist and allow her to hold herself up. Her extra weight is going to make it a lot harder to run for long, but at least it will get us away from these guys faster. As I run, Sayori's body jumps up and down with mine. Scotty, you're hurt. It's just my arm, it isn't serious. Does it hurt? Well, I must admit that it isn't serious. It also doesn't help that you keep hitting your elbow against it as I run. Oh, sorry. Sayori brushes her tears away as on her shoulder by tilting her neck. Are you hurt anywhere else? Are you hurt anywhere else except your thigh? I'm sore all over. You're bleeding. I have a bunch of cuts, but nothing too bad. I'm not bleeding too... Good. Listen, I'm going to get you out of here. But I'm going to need your entire cooperation no matter what I ask, okay? I trust you. Good girl. Now we need to reach the top of that small hill over there. I'm going to sit you down and I want you to hide. Hide? Why? Aren't we already far enough from those two? Yes, but there are others who have been following us. Really? I didn't expect you to notice, but I did as soon as we started running. The only way to stop them from coming after us further is if I draw them off to the left here. That way it is away from you. But won't that mean... Yes, but remember, I need you to listen to me no matter what, okay? Fine. Okay, hop off, stay down, don't make a single sound. No matter what you hear, understood? Yes. I turn away from her and start down the hill, but she calls out to me quietly. Keep your fucking voice down, for God's sake, do you want us to... Please, come back to me safe. If I don't come back, you need to get out of here yourself. But I'll ensure that tonight you will get home safely. How do I get out of here if you don't come back? If you keep heading in this direction, you will reach the road that borders the forest. Once you get there, you should be able to discern where in town you are and run home. Monica should be waiting for you there. Once there, call the police and tell them everything. Okay. I take Sayori's head and lower it enough so I can kiss her forehead. Afterwards, I quickly turn away and start running in the opposite direction of her. I managed to reach a more familiar part of the forest I have been to before. This should be a good idea for an ambush. Hunkering down in a small foxhole, I calm my breathing and listen for my cue. 3 men, all holding firearms, walking down the trail next to me. That's right, just a bit further. What is this on the ground? Looks like blood. I knew we got him. Where is he though? You, go follow the blood trail. I knew one of us hit him. There is no way a kid like him can run for too long with that girl. What? This blood leads to a dead deer. Not only a dead deer. Huh? I slowly set the man's body I slowly set the man's body onto the ground and start to walk towards where he came from. He fell right into my trap, as I originally worried that more than one was going to follow. But thank God that didn't happen. I can't waste too much time with these two, as there are about 3 other confirmed people following me. Hey, what's taking so long? That's 2 more down. I feel the rush of air as something flies past my face and hits the tree next to me. I see the kid! I dive into the bush and start to get as far away from these people as I can. Fuck being quiet, just shoot the bastard! Jesus Christ, I can't get lucky like this forever. I'm weaving in and out of how I'm gone. A few more meters. Reaching a small divot in the foliage, I duck down into it and remain motionless. After a minute, my pursuer passes right by me. I need to keep moving away from Sayori. The most I can do now is hope to God she's getting out of the forest by now. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it here. I know it's in the middle of the chase, but I really have come to the end of how much I can record. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for more notifications, and of course, leave a comment down below saying what you would like to see. Like, or don't, it's your life. Have fun. And as always guys, let's make sure next time we don't get a game over. Bye!